Division Huddersfield out in round 1. And in round 2 away from home, they were on target again and held 2nd Division Bournemouth. Good evening. Non-league Accrington were hoping home advantage would help them win through to round 3. Steve Claridge is here to watch them get a second bite of the cherries. And commentary on the Accrington Bournemouth FA Cup replay comes from Simon Brotherton, the non-league team wearing red.
That's rather easy there for Neil Moss, the Bournemouth goalkeeper, back where he started in his career after several years with Southampton. Now Wade Elliott. This looks promising. Steve Fletcher was on the end of it. The challenge came in. Fletcher under pressure. Got the shot on goal, but never really testing Jamie Spear. Halford away. Scrappy little passage of play, but Feeney could be in here, and once again the goalkeeper commits himself very early. Feeney goes to ground. Referee's not interested at all. Accrington Stanley get the ball clear. It's with James, who then tries to give it away once again. Sloppy play by the non-league side, and a rather weak finish in the end by Warren Feeney. Well, the cherry had 2 bites there, and on both occasions he couldn't make the most of it. Just wonder whether Howes gave him a little nudge to help him there, but no question in the referee's mind that he was considering giving a penalty for that. Plenty of experience on the bench for Accrington Stanley, not just Gordon Armstrong, the FA Cup finalist from 1992 with Sunderland, but John Durning's there as well. He's been around. And also Steve Flitcroft, Gary Flitcroft's brother. Support from Kavanagh for Prendergast. Here's Gout, given time and space. Can't make the most of it though. Chance perhaps for Bournemouth on the break here. Suddenly it's Accrington who are backpedaling. Fletcher tries to time his run. Little ball in there to Feeney. Made it difficult there for Robbie Williams. Spear equal to it. Just as Accrington Stanley were having a good spell, Bournemouth nearly catching them on the break there. Fairly tight angle though. Good save by Spear. Spear comes charging off his line again, makes sure that he doesn't make the challenge on Steve Fletcher that might have conceded a penalty. Bournemouth do win a corner though. And words at the back among the defenders of Accrington Stanley as Spear came out. Here's Hayter. Gets away from Paul Cook. Well, that just needed a touch, a ricochet, and it could so easily have gone into the back of the net. As the ball came over, just needed a touch. And it was Marcus Browning there. This went off the outside of his right leg instead of the inside. Hayter causing problems, only been on the pitch a few minutes. Way by Cummings. That one's fallen well for Steve Fletcher. Taking on Halford. Good save. Bournemouth able to get forward very quickly there. Steve Fletcher suddenly found himself in. Halford did his best. Spear made a good stop. Fletcher hit it well across the face of the keeper. Jamie Spear keeping his concentration on a very cold night. Prendergast with a little return ball. It was intricate and unsuccessful. Here's Steve Fletcher. Now Warren Feeney. Collected there, but Fletcher's suddenly found himself in space. Oh, and he's put a good chance wide there. And unsurprisingly, the Accrington players all raced towards the referee. They felt clearly that there was the foul on Robbie Williams and that the game was going to stop. Williams caught there. Fletcher suddenly found himself clear and wasted a golden opportunity. Steve Fletcher with the header. Warren Feeney chasing, getting away from Steve Halford. Oh, nearly squeezing that one past Jamie Spear. Feeney looks as though he might be capable of achieving something tonight. In really quickly there between the two defenders. Spear able to do just enough. First time shot from James Hayter. This is Warren Cummings. He's got Gareth O'Connor inside him. This is O'Connor now. Looking for Fletcher. Here's Hayter. Good chance. Well, Bournemouth turned defence into attack pretty quickly there. And suddenly it did open up for them. Plenty of red shirts back, but they didn't pick up Hayter. James with a little flick on, looking for Mullin. Cleared away by Carl Fletcher. Throw to the non-league side. 5 minutes to go of the 90 in this second round replay. Here's Mullin. Oh, good save. Mullin opened the scoring on the South Coast in the first game, and he nearly did the same tonight. Quiet all night, had half a chance, nearly made it count. And what about Neil Moss, the goalkeeper, who's had nothing to do, but he was very agile. There is life in this FA Cup tie. 4 minutes to go. Corner aimed towards Proctor. Neil Moss got there. Proctor with a shot. So close. Ball fell down to Andy Proctor. Moss just couldn't get to the ball. The ball hit Steve Halford in the end, one of his own players. Now Prendergast chasing that pass from Paul Cook as he got the legs to get there. And he did rather well to win something in that situation. The passes played in his general direction haven't always been the best. Halford there up from the back. Adding real menace, Steve Fletcher has gone back to keep an eye on him. Here comes the ball. Oh, good save once again by Neil Moss. And again it was Andy Proctor who was denied. Great surge in the closing minutes here from Accrington Stanley. Moss again with a good save when required. This is Rory Prendergast. That's a good cross. Danger here. Keystone Cops time. Good save by Moss. Bournemouth defenders proving to be a danger to themselves there. Warren Cummings coming off worst in that challenge. Marcus Browning, the other player involved. Here's the cross. And there's the collision. Moss again refusing to be beaten. Here's Mullin. He has held the ball up well at times tonight. Now Steve Flickcroft. As always, Prendergast waiting on the far side. Mullin in position by the D. James is going to wait by the far post. Ball towards Mullin, cut out by Carl Fletcher. Decent looking ball into James! Oh, that looked like a good chance. Lutel James was there and he couldn't quite get a touch. The manager is going to gamble and John Kennedy is going to come on, the substitute goalkeeper. He came on the opening day of the season for Jamie Spear, and Spear cannot believe what he's seeing.
Well, extra time was over minutes after the substitution. Jamie Spear unhappy, frustrated, but it was substitute goalkeeper John Kennedy that had the chance to be the cup hero. Manager John Coleman had made a big decision. A penalty shootout would decide the tie.
Here's the first penalty of the shootout. Very neatly done by Lutel James. Did he enjoy that? And a night's frustration for him just floats away into the air. What a good start for the conference side. Warren Feeney now will take the first penalty for Bournemouth. Remember, it's best of 5, and then after 5, if they're level, it will be sudden death. The first big test for the substitute keeper, John Kennedy. He's hardly been on the field. And he didn't get anywhere near that one. Not many goalkeepers would. Good kick there by Feeney. Shearer-like. Now it's Rory Prendergast. Tireless in his quest for victory tonight on that left flank. Suddenly goes very quiet inside the stadium here. Oh, and another very, very good penalty. Prendergast just spun round there, said, right, here we go. Good kick. It was as though he could hardly bear the weight and the tension. Now, can Bournemouth score with this penalty? Yes, they can. It's put away by Brian Stock.
Accrington Stanley 2, Bournemouth 2.
The early stages of the penalty shootout can't separate these two. Steve Flitcroft. They're still facing the right way. All those on the halfway line. And why not with penalties like that? Cool, calm, collected, and very, very accurate.
Makes it Accrington Stanley 3, Bournemouth 2.
3-2. All 5 kicks have been put away so far. Gareth O'Connor will take the next kick for Bournemouth. And the non-league side are putting all the pressure on the Division 2 team. Oh, and he just got that one past John Kennedy.
Accrington Stanley 3, Bournemouth 3.
Now it's the captain of Accrington Stanley, Peter Kavanagh, against Neil Moss. Oh, and Moss nearly got that. Good kick though by Kavanagh. What a terrific set of penalties we're seeing here. Moss has committed himself each time. Got closer to that one than others, but couldn't keep it out. Still the pressure on Bournemouth. 4 out of 4 for Accrington Stanley so far. We'll be here to the middle of the night at this rate. He's the first player to miss, and he missed in a very, very big way.
score is still Accrington Stanley 4, Bournemouth 3.
Now, if Accrington Stanley score this penalty, they cannot be beaten. If they score now, they win. And Paul Howarth is the man who can put them through to the third round of the FA Cup. And he does! What a great finish! 5 superb penalties from the conference side see them through to the third round of the FA Cup.
You made a very big decision regarding your goalkeepers in the last minute of extra time. What light can you throw on that for us?
Yeah, I mean, I deliberately didn't tell them before the game. I'd maybe minded before the game that if it went to penalties, I would do that. And I think if I'd have told him before the game, I might have deflated him. As it was, he had a terrific game. He had a terrific game at Bournemouth last week, and he had a terrific game against Aldershot on Saturday. It's no slight on Jamie whatsoever. I just thought that, my own personal opinion is, if you throw a keeper in who hasn't been on, there's no pressure on him.
We had enough chances in the home game to not be here tonight, but credit to Accrington, you know, they've dug in, had a bit of luck at times, but that's cup football, and that's why all the cameras are here tonight.
It's good to get through, good to get a result, you know, for the lads, the club. I mean, it's been a hard 90 minutes down there, 120 minutes back up here, but I mean, I've scored the last penalty, but it's tribute to 5 great penalties tonight, and I mean, you know, the lads dug in. I mean, it's a tribute to the lads, you know, as I say, and we fully deserve to be in the third round, and you know, see what follows.
A few people are going to have a late night round here, aren't they?
I don't know about me. I'm in school tomorrow morning until I get a phone call off my headmistress telling me that I'm not. You know, but the lads will enjoy it, and why not? You know, they've our doctor batters them with health drinks after every game, so I'm sure once that's into the system, they might be putting something a little bit stronger in as well.
Oh, well done tonight. Good luck in the next round.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks.
I think he deserves a day off. Well done, Accrington. They sort of didn't suffer from lack of stamina towards the end, did they?
No, I think as the game wore on, Bournemouth became more frustrated and more deflated, and you know, I think Accrington took great heart from that, and actually finished stronger in normal time and extra time.
Do you like the look of Accrington as a team? They're a club making progress.
Very much so. I mean, they've come back from the brink. You know, the ground looked pretty full. They're doing very well in their own league, and you know, more than capable of holding their own.
I think Bournemouth will be somewhere on the M6 now, and they'll be talking about the chances they had that could have got them through.
Yeah, I mean, very much so. I mean, it should never have gone as far as it did. They had maybe 4 or 5 excellent opportunities. Steve Fletcher had 3 alone. This is the first one. Not really an opportunity. Hayter fires this across, and Marcus Browning just tries to wrap his leg round it, and it's just too quick for him. But as we go on, I think as the game progresses, the chances get better. This is only a half chance. I mean, it's a good first touch by Fletcher, and it's a good shot, and he gets the ball on target, and the keeper makes a good save. It's a fine ball through. This is the best chance of the game. It's a foul originally, but everybody stops. Fletcher carries on, like everybody. Plate with the whistle. You've got to hit the target from there, and I think that was probably the moment in the game when Bournemouth knew it was getting away from them. Hayter here leans back, and that's where the ball will finish up.
Yeah, you expect them to take one of those chances, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about, I mean, there was 5 or 6 good opportunities, and if they score one, you expect them to go on and win the game. I mean, I think Accrington Stanley played 5 in midfield. They frustrated, they worked very hard, but to beat that system, you need to get a goal. They
had their own chances late in the game,
yep.
And then, as John Coleman was saying then, he'd planned the substitutions for if he was going to penalties. Are you in favour of such things? Because it's a goalkeeper that's cold against a goalkeeper that's sort of been in the heat of the action and is really warm.
Yeah, I mean, I actually thought he would say, well, after the game, our reserve keeper is a better penalty shot stopper than Mr. Sell there, but he didn't. He said he just wanted to throw him on because there was no pressure. This happened to us in the playoffs. Martin O'Neill did it when we were in the playoff final, and actually scored a goal in the last minute.
Well, you've got to hit the
doesn't
targets.
look like he fancies. He's the only one out of the 10 penalty takers or 9 penalty takers that didn't look like he fancied it.
And that was cool to win the tie, that last penalty.
Very much so. What you've got to do is you've got to hit the target, Ray.
I think the goalkeeper that was unhappy is now very happy. He's forgotten about it very soon after.
Yes, it's very much. I think that's all in the past.
Yeah. I think you would say Accrington, as a club, and you've seen the spirit there within the team, they could really go on, couldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about fan base, isn't it? I mean, at this level, unless you've got somebody with lots and lots of money, if you've got a decent fan base like they had, I think they had 1,600 people, which is good before a big cup tie, and they are very progressive. And as you say, if they get that little bit of luck and they manage to get out of the conference, which is difficult, who knows?
So it's Accrington versus Colchester in the third round. The Match of the Day programmes will feature all 32 ties on Saturday, January the 3rd. Southampton Newcastle is live at 5:25. Third round highlights at 10:55. Third division Yeovil against Premier League Liverpool.
25. First, taking off for a brand new series.